These are my Criterion DVDs. I have 45 of them. I'm going to go over every one of them or show every one of them, but only speak on a handful to conserve time. First one I got is Ashes and Diamonds. This is a Polish film. It came out in 1958. It's a political assassination film. It was inspired heavily by the cinematography of Citizen Kane with Greg Toland and Orson Welles. Next one is The Cranes Are Flying, Russian film. Third is a Tarkovsky movie, Andrei Rublev, his second feature. This is a great film. Black and white cinematography is gorgeous in it. And the last 20-30 minutes or so, the bell sequence is incredible. Next, I got a Godard film, Weekend. I'm not that much of a Godard fan. I do like Band of Outsiders, Breathless, and Vivre sa vie, but this one, overrated. Next, I got a Satyajit Ray film. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. An Indian film, The Hero. Got another Russian film, The Color of Pomegranates, directed by Sergei Parijanov. This is one of my favorites in my top 5. A lot of people might find it weird. It's, to the foreign eye, it's strange. A lot of religious allegories. Very poetic film. Next, I got a Czech film, Markéta Lazarova. Somewhat similar to Andrei Rublev. Takes place in a similar time period. Great black and white photography. Next is All That Jazz. This is another one of my favorites. Roy Scheider plays Bob Fosse, who's the writer-director in it. It's autobiographical. And this is a really great film. It deals with a heavy subject. And I wouldn't quite say it's a musical. There are musical numbers, but there's more to it. It's very witty. It's clever. And like I said, it deals with a heavy subject. Next is A Touch of Zen. This is a martial arts film. It came out in, I think, 1970, around then. Excuse me, we'll move over. Next is The Ascent, Russian film about World War II. Next is All About My Mother. Tu Mama Tambien, great road movie. This is also one of my favorites that I own. Diabolique, French film. Next is Death by Hanging, Japanese film. Italian film, Fist in the Pocket. Another Italian film, Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion, really good movie. Mr. Klein, French film starring Alain Delon. This is a great film. It deals with identity. It's a good mystery. Not a lot of people know about it. It's an underrated gem. Next is Chan is Missing. Then I got the Italian Roberto Rossellini's War Trilogy, Rome, Open City, Paisan, Germany, Year Zero. This is a great trilogy. Rome, Open City is one of my favorite films. The Friends of Eddie Coyle, an American film, directed by a UK director. We got David Lynch's Eraserhead. I love this film. I'm a big David Lynch fan. I do not own Blue Velvet, but this one is my favorite. Eraserhead's great. Next, I got a Melville film, Army of Shadows. This is a great spy movie. It has to do with the French resistance during World War II. Great film. It's his masterpiece, one of them. Then I got a French film, Elevator to the Gallows. Japanese film, Anibaba. Another Japanese one, Mishima, Life in 4 Chapters. Beautiful artwork. Then I got Teorema, or I think it's called Theorem. Yes, Theorem is the English translation. Pier Paolo Pasolini film. This is a great film. A lot of religious allegories, a lot of symbolism in it, a lot of metaphors. I love this film. We got Le Corbeau, or The Raven. Another Alain Delon film, Purple Noon. They remade it in the 90s, The Talented Mr. Ripley. That's what it's based off of. Then we got a Spanish film, The Executioner. This one is also one of my favorites. It's the John Cassavetes 5 films. And I'll flip it over for you. So it's got Shadows, his first one that came out in 1959. Faces, A Woman Under the Influence. My personal favorite, The Killing of a Chinese Bookie. Great film. And Opening Night. Cassavetes is a real hero and inspirator for me. Got another Melville masterpiece, Lee Samurai. This is a great movie about a hitman. Of course, the hit goes down and shit happens. Great film. Takeout, one of their new releases. Got my favorite Tarkovsky one, Yvonne's Childhood, great World War II film that doesn't focus on the war. It just focuses on how it affects children in it. Great film. And of course, I got Ingmar Bergman's Persona. Love this movie. This reinvented cinema for sure, along with Lee Samurai and of course Cassavetes. I got a Fellini, La Strada, my favorite Fellini, his masterpiece. Ali, Fear Eats the Soul. I wasn't a big fan of it, to be honest. I got the Russian film, Come and See. Definitely in my top 10 favorite films of all time. Most realistic World War II film I've ever seen. Most realistic war film ever. And it's more than a war film. It would be an injustice just to call it a war film. Next, I got the Japanese film House. Pretty funny movie. And last, I got Gomorrah. This is about the gangs in Italy. I'm pretty sure Scorsese produced it or executive produced it. And that's everyone. That's all of them. 45 down, and I got like another 60 on my wish list. See ya.